What's going on, my friends? Tonight, spicy pizza sauce. And we got some food here as well. But this is from Kroger, which is, a national food chain. In my area, it's called Smith's. But Smith's, Kroger, depending on where you're at, same grocer. But this is their brand, you know what I mean? So this isn't even a big name brand. This is just the local, store brand. Red pepper pizza sauce. It says, oh so tasty, spicy, spice it up. So I didn't have time, didn't feel like this wasn't a meal that I was going to make my own marinara or pizza sauce, if you will. Your boy still got a home phone. Couple rings, it'll be gone. So I didn't want to make my own because what I made was pizza dogs. It's a hot dog in a bun, marinara, pepperoni slices on top, cheese melted on, and crushed red pepper, of course, and fresh parsley sprinkled on top, right? So just something quick, easy, use up the food that I have, and kind of gourmet it up a little bit. So anyway, so I figured let's just do a review on this sauce. Now, I warmed the sauce up. I cooked all of this like twice baked almost. I boiled the hot dogs, which I rarely ever do. I'm more of a grill, but I boiled them for this case because I wanted them to still have that pink color to them, like that. And I didn't want to overcook them because then I put them in the broiler in the oven to really get it solidified to look like a pizza crust, right? Like the way that it looks on here as a pizza crust, dripping down with a little cheese. So we had to cook everything twice, but I warmed up the sauce on in a pan first. Anyways, I'm blabbing, man. That's what I do. Ingredients: tomato puree, soybean oil, salt, spices, parsley, and crushed red pepper. Natural garlic flavor, citric acid. Kroger brand, Cincinnati, Ohio. 35 calories per serving. I just used the whole can, Let's get at it. And I made about 3 of these dogs. Pizza dogs with some spicy pizza sauce, marinara. I don't know. What I did was I just took a bun straight out of the package, kind of folded it out, but kept shape, and put all the marinara on the bun, in and around it, right? Then put the boiled hot dog on, sprinkled all of that with cheese, and then I could only get 2 slices, but it's jalapeno pepperoni as well from Hormel. I did a review on that as well. So we've got a few different spice factors coming in play here. I'm really trying to key in on that sauce. The actual food itself, for what this is, A+ phenomenal. That sauce, there's really no spice to it. I'm actually picking up more of the spice from the jalapeno pepperonis that are on there. But when I was cooking the sauce down a little bit, or warming it up, if you will, I was getting a little something to it. But when you incorporate it into something like this, with so many different flavors going on and everything, it loses all of that spice factor that I was getting just off the ladle. You know what I mean? Just kind of warming it up in a pan. But this is the first time I made these. Somebody gave me the idea. And it's a elevated hot dog. For sure, hands down, it's delicious. Now, you gotta like hot dogs, right? Like regular, just all beef franks, but it has pizza vibes to it. But there's no getting around the flavor of that hot dog. That's just gonna be there. I mean, it's the outside of the bread. It's the main ingredient. I got a little spice in that bite. I think that's a combination of everything, but here I am biting my own words. It's kind of coming back to that sauce a little bit on that bite. I might have had extra sauce in there. I mean, like I said, when I was cooking it on the pot, just mixing around and, put my finger in there and shit. This food's all for me, so, I'd be tasting as I'm going, doing things and whatever. I was getting a little bit of a spice, and it was, again, not like a chili head spice or a fresh chili spice. It was more of a seasonal spice, more of a Italian spice, if you will, right? Like it was more just all those Italian herbs and things coming together, which was what was creating a little bit of a sour spice for you. But if you want to elevate a hot dog for a cheap meal, again, I boiled the hot dog, so it's even less cooking. But I just feel like I've come to a realization with my cooking sometimes is that it's not always the best. It's not. Sometimes I really get down and I really make some stuff and it's fun, right? But even things like this, can you really consider it cooking? Not so much, right? Like I didn't really cook a whole lot of things. I didn't make my own sauce. Could I? Yeah, absolutely. But I just don't have the time. But if you wanted to, you could really elevate a hot dog like that. Now, if I had a restaurant or I had a food truck or a food cart or something of that nature, I would make my own sauce, right? I think at that point you kind of have to really build longevity and build that, right? But this is just a for fun food review that I decided to do on a spicy product. You know what I'm saying? But this can, I think, was like $1.50. In today's market, that's solid, okay? 14 ounces. It made 3 of those dogs that I just showed you, and there's plenty on there. I got it in every bite. It was moist enough, and I still have probably half of that left, right? So this can will make you 6, 7 of those, like something like that. So it's a good amount. $1.50. A package of hot dogs. I didn't even use the whole package. I used 6 out of 8. A couple of them I just snacked on while these were baking. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a foodie, right? So, but, a package of fucking bar-ass hot dogs, man. Another $1.50, $2, whatever it is. Package of hot dog buns. Cheese that you probably already have for other meals, right? Like we're incorporating all of that. Crushed red pepper, fresh parsley, another $1 just to highlight it and just give it some oomph and a little bit of flavor. But I mean, that's how you spice up, well, literally, but that's how you like just doctor up a cheap dinner. Hot dogs, which I still go to from time to time for sure. Sometimes I do sausage dogs and whatnot. Anyways, we're way off topic now. But I can get to talking. So for those of you that watch these videos and watch the full thing from start to finish and really kind of listen to what what I'm talking about, and just the vibe that, you know, I try to give off in my videos, whether it's a pepper review, a challenge, a product, a food, or whatever. You know, it's all pretty, you know, but I thank you for that. For those of you that don't stick around the whole way and don't really get the gist of why I review the way I review and the way I make content or videos the way I do, is just because that's just me. This is what I like to do. This is, you know, and I hope somebody else enjoys it, and I hope you enjoy it. But that's why my shit's long content form. That's why, you know. But where else are you seeing a fucking Kroger brand spicy pizza sauce review on a pizza dog? You know. So cheers to that. But nonetheless, I love you guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for burning with me. I'll see you next time.